Welcome back to Adri's Farmhouse Kitchen. Today I have planned a very busy kitchen day. So what we're going to do, I'm going to make this as a two-part vlog because we're going to do yeasted bread, sourdough bread, egg spread, cheese spread, checking through all the storage potatoes as you can see. We're gonna make tomato sauce from scratch, gonna flavor in homemade goat yogurt and a lot more. So if you're interested, you are welcome. Let's go watch the vlog, friends. Okay, I am ready to make the burger buns. We are going to use yeast today. I'm just hoping it's still good because I can't see the date on it and I don't really use yeast in my household that often, so I'm not sure about the expiry date. We'll find out soon. So I've got 500 grams of bread flour. We've got 25 grams of, I think it was unsalted butter, or salted, not sure, doesn't make much difference. I've got 1 tablespoon of sugar and 1.5 teaspoons of pink Himalayan salt, and I'm just going to add this whole sachet of dried yeast, and I've got warm water here, yeah, 320 ml. And I'm just going to add this and I'm gonna start to knead until it's gonna become a dough. I'm going to knead it for about 10 minutes. You can knead it out on a kitchen surface, but I'm just gonna knead it probably in this bowl. And then I'm just going to put a little bit of oil in a bowl, cover it with shower cap and leave it for an hour. And hopefully this is gonna rise and we can shape it as like a burger bun shape. Put it aside again for another rise and then we can have this as dinner tonight. I'm also making sourdough bread as well today. So I've just fed the starter, the sourdough starters behind me on the aga, on the side. And then it's 10 to 11 right now, so I'm hoping in a couple of hours you can put the starter in the flour mixture, but we're going to get it ready. So we might won't need all of this. That's why I like to add when I follow a recipe, I like to add the water bit by bit because sometimes needs more, sometimes needs less. I think we don't need more than what we've got in here now. So that is perfect. As you can see, the bowl is nice and clean already. So I'm just gonna knead this for a bit. Okay, I'm on to do the sourdough bread. I've got 500 grams of bread flour. Onto that I'm going to add a teaspoon of pink Himalayan salt. And I've got 312 ml of warm water in here. Let's see how much this flour needs. So I'm gonna start with half and I'm gonna make a dough. I am tempting to put this little bit of tablespoons of butter to this. And I'm just going to knead this until everything nicely cooperates together. And add a bit by bit of this water until this becomes a dough, a sticky dough. I don't want to see any dry bits, any visible flour. And I'm just collecting from the side of the bowl Make it nice and clean, if I can. And just knead it. And I'm just gonna do the same thing. Spray some oil on it, cover it with shower cap. For a couple of hours or until our sourdough starter it's ready and it's peak, so we can put this in here. I think we're nearly there. Put the other hands in as well now. So again, I don't think so we need all that water, and I've still got 89 ml. That is enough now. But remember, I put some butter as well. What I never usually do, but I've just had some left over there, so I thought I'll give it a go. Look how clean that bowl is. And that is nearly done. I need to order from Amazon some more of this shower cap. I ordered this in bulk. Perfect, put that aside. My next job, I'm going to peel these lovely eggs, farm fresh eggs. I am ready to make the egg spread, so I've just shelled these boiled eggs and now I'm just going to cut them. I haven't got my cutter in here now, it's already packed, so I just need to, it's gonna take me now a little bit longer, but as soon as I cut all these, I'm gonna add the rest of the ingredients. I've got some homemade mayo in here, I've got a hot sauce, what we've made not long ago, some salted butter, and we're going to add pink Himalayan salt. Okay, I have decided to use this much. I've not counted how many eggs, but a bit of a rough chop in here, but never mind. I really miss my little chopper, but right, next I'm going to add some butter to this. It's been out the fridge now, so it's nice and soft. Maybe half of this butter we add for now. I'm just going to incorporate it nicely like that. Start with a teaspoon of salt. When the butter is nicely cooperated, I'm going to add the mayonnaise. But I'm tempting to now to puree this, actually, because I don't like the way it looks. Oh, I've just remembered I haven't got my, oh, I've got my blender here still. Okay. Right. I think I'm going to chop this now, and then we're going to add the hot sauce and the mayonnaise. If I was gonna do this again, I would probably just chop the eggs in a blender before I add the butter. Just make the cleaning the blender easier. But it looks good, so I'm gonna add a couple of tablespoons of homemade mayonnaise. We definitely don't need more salt because I've just tried it. You want my love? And it's salty. It's okay. Hopefully by the time we add everything, it'll be just perfect. I'm gonna add the hot sauce. Not the teaspoons first. Handicap? Let's have a taste test. It's not too salty now, it's perfect. I'll probably add a bit more mayo, 1 more tablespoon. You want Aggie? Here you go. She loves eggs. Okay. I think it's our egg spread. It's done. Let's try it again. I think I'll put this back because it's only for us. A bit more hot sauce. Another teaspoon. And we're gonna try it, that bread, later on or tomorrow. Okay. Hasn't really got a kick for some reason. I'm just trying it on. Oh, just a little bit. This fermented hot sauce. Ooh, it has, for some reason, I can't taste it that much in the egg spread. Okay, I'm ready to put this on this plate, and I can put this in a fridge. I am making cheese next. I had 5.5 liters of milk in the fridge for a while now, so I need to use it up. So I'm aiming between 86 and 90 Fahrenheit, what it's 87.3 at the moment. I'm happy with that. And I'm just going to put the rennet in. I've got 1/4 teaspoon of rennet in a cup of water in here. And I'm just going to really nicely incorporate this in the milk. And then leave it to it for 45 minutes. Cover this up, leave it in here, and that's done. I haven't looked these potatoes, my storage potatoes, now for a couple of months. So it is time to go through and take those little chits off it now. We don't need these little chits. So I'm just gonna remove all the chits, spend half an hour in here, and we're gonna fill this basket because we need some potato for chips for tonight. It's looking really good actually. I just need to be on top of it to remove those little chits so it will last longer for us. I have finished to sorting out all the potatoes. That's another job done, tick, until around Christmas time. or end of December, beginning of January, we go through again. So I've got all these lovely homegrown potatoes that I'm going to make chips with today. I have got the composting in here, but I'm just going to put the skin and that will go straight to the composting pile outside. I always say that because it just looks so pretty, like this red-skinned potato. I'm not sure about the varieties now for some of it, I need to check it back on my notes or the videos, but this is like a white flesh. I know the Charlotte because I grow that every year. Charlotte's got like a lovely yellow flesh inside. And then obviously we've got the Vita Noir bean, that beautiful purple skinned potato, but actually it's purple inside as well. And it just looks so appetizing, especially when I make it as a chips, you know. Well, this one is actually, must be another variety or a mix, because this one got two different colors. What's this? I think it looks so cool. I honestly absolutely love growing potatoes and all the different varieties, and it just grows so well in my British climate, and it lasts for me, as I've just showed you, in that storage area in the annex for pretty much all year round. So I mean, we've harvested these August, September time. Some of them are even July, August, September, and they will last there for me until next year, April, May, June time. So that's the whole idea, so I can grow potatoes whole year round. And I have decided to do, as you've seen it, they are all in different little containers. So each container lasts a month for us, and that's how I separate it, so I know how much I can use each month, and it lasts until June next year, 2025. And also I've added all the different varieties, so it always looks lovely on our dish. But we've got the first and second early most, so let's see how well those can store. Because I've got mixed up with some of the main crops this year, remember. I'm gonna have a venison burger tonight for tea. And I've just checked the bun, it's now doubling in size. So I'm just going to separate it, make 4 different buns. I think we still got enough mayonnaise left for tonight's meal. I might make some more tomorrow. Okay, I'm ready to cut the curds. I usually go around the pan like that, and then I'll do a couple of centimeters down, and then we're going to do a cross. And just leave it for 10 minutes, the curds to heal, and we're going to put this back on stove, medium heat, and I'm going to stir this for about half an hour. Okay, I've cut up the potatoes. I am going to add a little bit of this fermented hot sauce and a sprinkle of salt. Give it a good mix. A bit more oil. Oops! It's very slippy. Put this aside, and I'm going to separate the yeasted dough into 4 burger buns. It had doubled inside, now smells amazing. So I'm just gonna, pinch this side a ball shape, pinch it together in the end, like that. That goes in the bottom, and just place it in this glass bowl. Just pull it from side to side and pinch it together to the bottom. It will give us a nice ball shape, like this. And makes a nice, I might be able to do 5 smallish buns, because we're going to have chips as well, so we don't need huge buns. Perfect. 2 more. And I'm going to sit that aside again, cover it with wet cloth for another hour before we gonna bake this in the Aga. I never know the temperature of my Aga. I need to get used to it for my new house as well, although there is an Aga there as well, but it's a bit different. Okay, that's perfect. I'm just going through all these tomatoes I've been collecting here to ripen, and I'm gonna make a sauce, a tomato sauce. And then I'm gonna just put out the rest from that basket that we've collected not long ago. Still got so many tomatoes. I'm just gonna roast this, put it through the strainer, and we've got a tomato sauce, what we can then use up with anything that needs tomato sauce. Right, I'm just gonna put on a windowsill the ones what's nearly done. This needs to be used up first. I'm just checking through. These ones are so ripe. These ones needs to be used up very soon. The rest can go here to ripen. It's middle of November nearly, and we still not had a big frost. Oh, this is a blight now. I reckon we might just still gonna have tomatoes in December. Okay, next we are gonna add the sourdough starter to the bread, and then we're going to jump on the yogurt. So I'm just going to incorporate this sourdough starter nicely to this dough. It was only flour, water and salt at the moment. Okay, I'm just making the yogurt next. Adding 2 tablespoons of rolled oats to each jar. I'm making this breakfast yogurt now for quite a few months and we still really enjoy it. So now we add linseed with sunflower, heart, pumpkin seed, tablespoons to each jar. I'm gonna add this yogurt to this jug. It's just easier to pour. Leave some behind. Leave some to separate jug for our next batch. And I'm gonna add a cup of runny honey. Give it a very good mix. Just before we put them in the jar, we're gonna add half a tablespoon of chocolate chips to each jar. For extra crunchiness and flavour. Ready. Okay, all done. I've got my chicken's bowl in here, so any bed I'm just gonna cut right in there, and we are going to roast these lovely tomatoes next. Look how much, I haven't weighed it, but I reckon at least 5 kilo we've got in here. I don't need to be too particular because we're going to strain this through our tomato strainer. So I'm just literally cutting in half, that bits out to the chickens, and we're going to season this and we're going to roast it for about an hour in our roasting oven. Some of the tomato sauce today I'm gonna make a nice tomato, carrot, tomatillo kind of gravy to go or dip with our venison burger what I've just took out of the fridge. The chips is in a active fry already, ready to turn it on. And the buns are looking really good, doubled in size. That it's actually now ready to go to the oven. So Al's gonna be so happy for tonight's meal. Add seasoning, put some thyme, dill, mint, Thai basil, some parsley needs using and pink Himalayan salt. And I'm using toasted sesame oil for this one. Oops, I just lost something in here, friends. Where does this come from? Oh, from the parsley. I'm going to mix this real well and put it in the oven. Okay, I'm back to the cheese making project next. So I'm just going to crumble this apart, the cheese, and we're going to flavor it. At the moment it hasn't got much flavor to it, so I've decided to add some onion powder, teaspoons of each first, salt and smoked paprika powder. I'm just going to give a good mix. I'm gonna add a little bit of Tabasco sauce, fermented hot sauce. And look what a lovely color our cheese got. After a good mix, I'm gonna have a taste test and see how happy we are with the flavor. If anything else needs adding, we just add it now. Okay, let's try. That is yummy. Maybe a little bit more salt, and I think this is perfect. I'm just going to put this to this colander. And leave it to it in case I've got any more whey to drip out of it. And leave it to it for a couple of hours. I've picked these cherry tomatoes out because they're still quite firm and we can eat this fresh. I'm just gonna tidy up all the spices and I'm going to deal with the burger next. Just before, let me see what these buns looking like. Oh, fantastic! This is now, as soon as we take the tomatoes out of the oven, the buns can go in. And I don't think so I'm gonna marinate these burgers. I'm just going to fry these when we're ready to eat. Oh, it's from a local farmer. This is gonna be amazing. All right, all job done. We took off on all of our jobs. I'm just gonna get ready, get the strainers ready, and we're going to strain the tomatoes in about 35 minutes. I have decided to wrap it up in this vlog, and then in the next one we're going to find out how everything turned out. I think so far we've done enough to watch, and then the next one it's gonna be about how the buns turned out, the bread, gonna try the cheese, the egg spread, tomato sauce and the rest, and don't forget about the breakfast yogurt. So I hope you enjoyed spending time with me in the kitchen, and see you very soon. Bye friends!